My big ass is not fitting in here. But we're gonna do it for the shot, man. We're gonna do it for the shot.
Hello, Stardust. Welcome back to Radical Raspberry for another radical video about self-care. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already because I post weekly videos every single Thursday regarding holistic living and meditation. Today we're going to talk about some self-care tips that you probably haven't heard before. Let me ask you, why is self-care and nurturing ourselves so challenging and scary for most of us? If you don't agree with me, ask yourself how many times this month have you exercised, have you meditated, have you gone out on a date with yourself, have you self-cared in any ways? I thought that I was really good at self-care until I read this passage and it asked me that question, and I was like, I haven't very often, except for meditating every day because that's a habit that I've already formed, but all of the other means of self-care I have been lacking. Have I been getting adequate sleep? All of these things. Maybe we're scared of self-care because that means we need to make changes. We all know how changes make us feel. Even though we don't like where we are right now, we may not, at least it's familiar and comfortable. Changes push us out of our comfort zone into terrain that hasn't been trodden before, and this makes us feel scared, uncomfortable. How do we integrate self-care into our lives? That's what you're going to figure out in this video, so definitely stay tuned for that and thumbs it up if you enjoyed.
I used to always say, I want a boyfriend so he can rub my feet.
We have this idea that we need other people to feed certain parts of our soul, to do certain things for ourselves. This is my favorite tip because it's literally rewiring your brain, letting yourself know, hey, whatever you think you need somebody else for, you can actually do yourself. Now beware, because this one is very uncomfortable at first, but I promise you the more you do it, the more appreciation flows out of your heart for your body, for your feet, for the time that you're giving yourself. Just 5 minutes, 2 minutes, just a little quick massage. The best time to do this for me is before bed after a long day. It's such a great way to unwind. You can even add oils into the mix, or you can massage your hands and your neck. It's such a radical act of self-love. This one is newer to me and I'm still pushing myself to do it. You can see myself struggling actually in the vlog I made. I will link it down below. I believe we're all artists at heart. We are all creative, curious beings. So ask yourself what makes your heart sing. What do you enjoy doing that maybe you never get the chance to because no one wants to come with you? What is going to feed that creative spirit? Some of the artist dates that I've had is going to Michael's and just looking around and seeing what catches my eye. Not even spending money, just looking around at bookstores or going to the mall and saying, hey, let's go into this store that hey Gizmo, let's go into this store that I normally never go into. Take time to feed your spirit by doing things you love. This one can be challenging for me because I'll say, hey, I can just stay at home and read a book. I enjoy doing that. But actually going out and doing something and going out on that date with yourself is very personal and very invigorating in a sense. What is it that you like? What do you want to do? You want to see a matinee movie or go to a museum? Do you want to go to a bookstore or a French cafe? Has there been a bakery around the corner that has caught your eye but you've never worked up the nerve to walk into it? Go on a date with yourself and go there and do it and just have fun. Do you want to just walk around with a camera in your neighborhood? Do that. Do you like painting? Go to the paint store, get some supplies. What is it that you like to do? These creative excursions are about giving yourself time to be with yourself. What I like about this one is it forces you to find and do what brings you joy. Adulthood. A time of T4s, working too much, paying bills, and doing laundry. I know it can already seem hard managing work and self-care. Now, let's throw relationships into the mix. Yes, family and friends are a part of your self-care too. Personally, this is the first one that I am most likely to neglect for excuses that our schedules just don't seem to ever match up and I just can't find the time, but I know how rejuvenating it is to spend quality time with the people you love. A realistic goal for me is to see my friends at least once a month, whether we're out walking around or laying in bed. I know that sharing and connecting and catching up with them is such an important part of my self-care. We are social beings after all, so carve out time to make connections and build relationships with the people that you love and care about. My close friend Natalie recently passed on, and one thing that I loved about spending time with her was her playful spirit. We were constantly running and chasing after each other, painting, playing Mario Kart, joking around, and so on. When she passed on, it made me realize that was missing. It was missing amongst many other things, of course. But it also allowed me to reflect and think, hey, how can I create more of that playfulness that I always had with her into my life and bring that spirit of her playful energy in my own way, in my own self-care routine. One thing that her death made me realize is that I have never really tapped into my own playful energy. In life, you cannot be serious all the time or it's gonna weigh on you really quickly. Playing can bring you into the present moment. It releases worries and brings you back to that childish nature of having fun and being curious. Now I have Play-Doh. I blow bubbles, I dance weirdly, and I play on the piano for fun, and I'm not ashamed to have teddy bears and to be a child and to play. We are so often rushing, doing, on to the next that we don't take time to look around and reward ourselves. This was a big one for me. Before, I would complete something and then plan out the next time. Just by taking 2 minutes to give myself a high five, a pat on the back, and say, "Good job, Amy," it makes such a difference and motivates me to come back and to continue doing whatever it is that I had rewarded myself for accomplishing. Give recognition to your accomplishments. That accomplishment could just be getting out of bed in the morning. Take a minute to dance in celebration of yourself. One night at a friend's party, anytime somebody said should, I would respond with saying shoulds are bad. The language we use to others and to ourselves can be detrimental or uplifting. Become aware of the way that you talk about yourself. What comes after the words I am? Whenever we say we should do something or should be like this, we are beating ourselves up. So let's throw should out of the window. Change, I have to see my friends, to I get to see my friends. I invite you to become aware of how your speech impacts your mood. Are your words nurturing self-care? The whole goal of self-care? Creating a ritual. Formulating a self-care ritual, whether it's morning, night, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, will transform your self-care practice. An example can be something as simple as washing your face. I use oils and I inhale them and then I'll say a positive affirmation. In the morning, I write 5 things that I'm grateful for. Every week, I have a bath. Once you create a ritual, you will be able to fall back into the comfort of familiarity and habit. Most likely, you already have a ritual, whether it serves you or not. What do you do every morning? Is there a way that you can incorporate just one positive thought to start your day? Unless you are selfish enough to care about how you feel, you have nothing to give another. Think about it. I know when I feel depleted and down, I do not have enough energy to share it with somebody else. So take care of yourself first because you deserve it. Comment down below which tip you're going to slowly integrate into your self-care routine and any other tips and self-care practices that you use. Comment down below. I would love to know. I will see you next time. Definitely thumbs this video up if you enjoyed and subscribe for videos every single Thursday. As always, don't forget to think beyond and